Hey guys, HDvee here, and welcome to a brand new video. Now, as we all know, the Indigo Disk DLC is here. It's a great time. I had a lot of fun playing it. Unfortunately, it is not super long. You can probably beat it in like 4 to 5 hours if you don't struggle on any of the trainers. Luckily though, there's a lot of things to do once you have beaten the second part of the hidden treasure of Area 0. So today, we're going to go over everything to do after you've beat the Indigo Disk. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes. Leave a comment. How did you find the Indigo Disk? Were you a fan or did you not like it that much? Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, the first thing that you're going to want to do once you have completed the Indigo Disk DLC and after catching Terrapagos is actually to fly back to Kitakami and take Terrapagos to the Crystal Pool. Once this Pokemon is in your party and you approach the pool, an actual cutscene will play, and you will finally meet the real Sada or Turo, depending on whether you're playing Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, and they will go through loads of dialogue about their family, about their research, a lot of really cool things. It's a really poignant moment. Probably should have, rang up Arvin being like, oh, hey, your dad or your mum's here. You can talk to them for one last time, but, you don't do that, unfortunately. They also give you either the Violet or the Scarlet book as well. Now, we're not really sure if this has any kind of relevance to anything in the future, whether you can use it for like any kind of event or anything like that, but you do actually give them a personal book that Briar gave you, and then they give you the Violet book. So it's a really cool like timeline event, and it's kind of like a constant sort of timeline thing as well. The fact that they give you the book so they don't have it when they should have it and stuff, it's a really weird kind of like whole paradox situation. But either way, it's a really cool cutscene that plays that you're going to want to do once you have completed the Indigo Disk DLC. Coming up next, get the Synchro Machine. This is a really cool new feature in the Indigo Disk DLC. It's very easy to do. You just have to find the NPC in the Indigo Disk, and then she'll basically just be like, oh, can you help me out with this new kind of quest, mission, whatever, and she'll basically just make you kind of use the Synchro Machine. You just got to run around with a Pokemon, then you got to attack some Pokemon with your Pokemon, and then once you've done that, she gives you the Synchro Machine, and this allows you to become any Pokemon that you want to your heart's content. And some of them are really funny, like Toadskull's really funny. You can do like Magikarp, Ludicolo, some really cool Synchro Machine Pokemon. Lots of memes that are going to be in the future because of this gameplay feature, but definitely get this because it just kind of changes the way you really can play the game. Unfortunately though, this will however kill shiny Pokemon. If you do come across one, they won't not attack it, and also if you're out of the kind of range and you find a shiny, it will despawn. So this is technically a new shiny hunting method that fails because, yeah, if you're not close enough, it will just kind of lose it straight away. So not ideal, so obviously make sure you are kind of aware of that when using this and don't stray too far away from your trainer. Coming up next, a really simple one, but something that is going to help you out is to unlock permanent flying. Once you have completed the base Indigo Disk storyline, you can go back to the kind of Blueberry Academy halls. You can go to Mary's, and she will actually give you the permanent flying kind of mochi thing, and then that will allow you to fly everywhere to your heart's content. You can fly in Paldea, Kitakami, Indigo Disk, and it is just really helpful to be able to use this everywhere because it just allows you to get to like different places and just kind of places you couldn't get to before because you just couldn't climb up there and stuff. And there's actually some pretty cool secrets as well that you can actually find if you fly to certain locations. But yeah, make sure you get permanent flying from Ameris in the Indigo Disk. Coming up next, another thing that you can do once you've completed the Indigo Disk DLC. You can do this at any time, but basically you just have these time trials. Once you beat Amiri's kind of quest and you've beaten her as an Elite Four member, you unlock these time trials. You got like easy, normal, hard, and then like super hard, and you complete these and you actually get blueberry points for doing them. You don't really get a ton until you beat the super hard one, but you get like 500 or something for doing it. It's definitely worth it if you are trying to get as many blueberry points as possible, but I definitely think the best method is just to simply do it with like friends and stuff online, because like one multiplayer quest is like 500, whereas a super hard time trial you gotta like do all these different things. It takes a while, and yeah, it can get a little bit tedious. It's not like, I know it says super hard, but it's not really that difficult. We did it all first try without really any kind of kind of anything going wrong. But yeah, make sure you do the time trials anyway. You'll get some blueberry points for it, and it's just an extra thing to do once you've beaten the Indigo Disk. Coming up next, another thing to do once you have completed the Indigo Disk DLC is to go to Snacksworth and allow yourself to catch all of the new legendary Pokemon. There are 25 in total that you can get in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and they are of course in different locations in the Paldea region. So what you have to do is complete a number of quests, both multiplayer and single player quests, and then you go to Snacksworth. He will give you these special items. You then go to Paldea to the locations of where the legendary is, and then they will of course appear and you can catch them. The worst thing about this is they are not shiny huntable. New Pokemon that have not previously been shiny huntable, including Kubfu, Glastrier, and Spectria, we were all hoping would be shiny huntable in the Indigo Disk for the first time ever, but no, every static Pokemon in the Indigo Disk DLC is shiny locked. You will not be able to shiny hunt these legendaries. I'm not bothered about this at all. I'm not going to be going for these legendaries. I already have like 16 Rayquaza, like 5 Groudon, whatever. I don't really need to go out of my way to do all this because they're not shiny huntable, and it just kind of kills the kind of fun of it. I don't know why they've shiny locked them. It is a really, really bad decision on their part. But yeah, I mean, if you are trying to collect all the legendaries, maybe you didn't play the Sword and Shield game, so you don't have a Kubfu, a Glacier, and a Spectra. Definitely worth doing if you don't have them. But yeah, make sure to get the legendaries if you are wanting to just kind of complete absolutely everything in the Indigo Disk. Coming up next, something you need to do is grind BP. Now, this can take you a while because it isn't really the easiest thing to do. It's just super long and annoying. Like, you only get like 10 or 20 or 30 depending on each quest that you do. As I said previously on in the video, make sure to do this with friends because you can get BP at like quadruple the speed if you're all doing quests, because you can do each other's quests. You then unlock the multiplayer quest, which gives you like 500-600 a pop. Really, really useful to do because there are a lot of things that you need to kind of have BP for, and so grinding it is just something that you're going to be needing to do. And unfortunately, this is the fastest way to do it. But once you have BP, you can obviously do a bunch of different things. One thing that I definitely recommend to do is to obviously get all the starters. They're 3,000 BP a pop for each biome, which means that you're going to need 12,000 to be able to get every single starter, because you get like 6 starter per biome, and like I say, it's 3,000 BP for a starter Pokemon biome. So that's 12k just there, just to get all the starters. Because unfortunately, I mean, Pokemon Home is obviously now out, so you can transfer them in that way if you want. But if you are wanting to catch them in the Indigo Disk with like marks and stuff like that, then obviously you're gonna have to just go out of your way and get 12,000 battle points. So yeah, make sure to get enough blueberry points so you can easily get all of the starters in the Indigo Disk. There's also a ton of other things you can spend your blueberry points on as well in the Indigo Disk DLC. There's a new lock-on feature which now shows you the gender of the Pokemon, the size of the Pokemon, and even if the Pokemon has a mark, that only costs like 200 blueberry points. There's also the item printer as well. This is very similar to the Cramomatic in the Sword and Shield DLC. This lets you print out items. You can even print out special Apricorn Pokeballs as well. Really, really useful feature. There's also the stereo, which allows you to play music in the Indigo Disk, and also the special boss as well when you've invited a number of returning characters as well in the Indigo Disk. So there's so much stuff to spend your blueberry points on. Coming up next, another thing that you're going to need to do once you have completed the Indigo Disk DLC is to catch 200 Pokemon in the Indigo Disk DLC Pokedex. Once you've done this, you can go to Perrin and you can activate some new quests. Now, her quest, depending on whether you're in Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet, will allow you to go back to Area 0 and either find the 2 new Swords of Justice Paradox Pokemon in Pokemon Violet, or the 2 new Legendary Beasts Paradox Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet. These are some really, really cool Pokemon. You're going to need to catch them anyway for the completion of the Pokedex. They are, of course, version exclusive, so you're going to have to trade with other people in order to complete the Pokedex. And obviously, we do have a big trading section in the Discord down below in the description. Massive trading section there. A lot of people are active there right now, so if you're going to want to try and complete the Pokedex, definitely jump down there. And obviously, you'll meet a lot of people trying to complete it. But yeah, you're going to want to do this quest. They're really cool Pokemon anyway. It's not 100% catch rate. Unfortunately, you're going to have to, if you're unlucky, throw quite a few Pokeballs at these. I think I ended up just Masterballing Iron Crown because it was just taking forever. But yeah, make sure you do this Parent quest to get the new Paradox Pokemon. Coming up next, as I've just said as well, complete the Pokedex in the Indigo Disk DLC. Once you have got all 240 species, you can go back to the Blueberry Academy, back to Serrano at kind of like the entrance place, and once you've gone to him, he will give you some items for completing the Indigo Disk Pokedex. So obviously on the kind of trophy thing at the bottom where you obviously get all the different rewards, you get a Master Ball for getting 240 Pokemon, but then when you go to Serrano as well, he also gives you the Mark Charm. So this Mark Charm allows allows Pokemon to have a higher chance of having a mark in the Indigo Disk DLC, Kitakami, Paldear, everything like that. It's just another kind of mark, just like the Catching Charm and the Shiny Charm and stuff like that. Really, really useful to have if you are a fan of getting these different marks. Makes it easier to get like the rare mark and stuff like that on these different Pokemon. And as well as that, you get your diploma as well. The diploma looks really cool. It gives you a Terrapagos kind of diploma. I really, really like it. It's one of my favorite ones so far. But yeah, completing the Pokedex is very, very essential if you are a mark shiny hunter in the Pokemon games. Coming up next, another thing to do in the Indigo Disk once you've defeated it is to buy the new clothes. There are a lot of new clothing items in the Indigo Disk and some from previous games as well that you can buy. And yeah, there's some really, really cool clothing items, of course. This is all over the place. They're in Indigo Disk, Paldear, Kitakami, wherever the shop vendors are, they will sell you new items for your character. And yeah, it's just cool having all these new customization items because the customization has been pretty kind of bleak in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because our outfit wasn't customizable, but now a lot more things are, which is definitely something that we were missing in the Scarlet and Violet games. But yeah, make sure to go out and buy all the clothes that you are wanting and just have a nice look at the different range of clothes we can now get in the second part of the DLC. Finishing things off, a quick one to do as well. You don't have to do this after you beat the Indigo Disk. You can do this at any time. Just make sure to do it. There is currently a free Masterball that you can get for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It is not a mystery gift code or anything like that. You just need to go to Mystery Gift and then via the internet and you'll get a free Masterball. This is very essential you do this because once it's gone, it's gone. And obviously you're not going to want to miss out on a free Masterball. So make sure to do that at any time through playing this game. Either way though, that finishes everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Just trying to hit 500 likes, it does really help out. Leave a comment with any other things you can also do after the Indigo Disk that I missed in today's video. I know there's like a Meloetta encounter as well that people still are not sure how to get. So as soon as that gets found out, we'll obviously make some sort of video about it. But yeah, there is some sort of Meloetta encounter somewhere in the Indigo Disk that we just haven't worked out how to get. But either way, let me know your thoughts on all of the things that you can do in the Indigo Disk. Let me know your thoughts on the Indigo Disk as well. Like I say, did you enjoy it or did you hate it? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. It's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.